Greetings and welcome back to Cardano Coin, where you can find the most latest and fascinating ADA news. You can enter to win 1000 ADA by watching the entire video, upvoting, subscribing, and leaving a comment that says Cardano is king. The winners will be chosen the following month and announced on the channel's community page. Cardano has reportedly fallen short of investors' irrational expectations, according to crypto specialists. Additionally, there is always evidence to support unfavorable feelings and viewpoints. The ambitious projects of Cardano are still in the planning stages. Investors are also observing this. In particular, during this market collapse, some investors are growing impatient with the coin. Not investing in Cardano sounds like a good idea to avoid heartbreaking disappointments, but hopefully it won't be a mistake. To avoid missing anything, be sure to watch this video all the way through. It is really simple to become excited and want to go all in as you learn more about Cardano and blockchain technology. We simply don't know what will happen in this industry, which is the problem. The technology is still being developed, and cryptocurrency is a dangerous and unstable investment. Even if you have strong convictions about buying Cardano, you run the risk of losing your hard-earned money. You should undoubtedly think about your investment choice and examine your possibilities in light of Cardano's recent setbacks. The failures of Cardano began when the company's founder, Charles Hoskinson, let down a number of investors with a prediction he made 2 years prior. He had anticipated that by 2021, there would be hundreds of assets operating on Cardano, thousands of dETHs, a ton of exciting projects, and a ton of unique uses and utilities. He continued by saying that because Cardano would develop and expand, investing in the EU would be a lot of fun. When the anticipated time arrived, nothing was available, and Hoskinson received criticism for not following through on his prediction. Charles Hoskinson, however, later acknowledged that his projections were inaccurate this year. Instead, he boasted that there were now hundreds of dETHs and millions of native assets. Recall how I said that Cardano would have thousands of assets and dETHs? Well, I was mistaken. Native assets have now been released in the millions, and dApps number in the hundreds. The remark was in reference to a tweet from July 2020 that generated controversy since some people thought it was unrealistic. Although Hoskinson revised his predictions, the fact that the time was spent is no longer an issue. The Cardano network offers extensive timetables for appealing updates and improvements, which are valuable. Even if the deadline for these modifications is missed, Cardano still has a brief window of opportunity to carry out his initiatives before it's too late. Sadly, Cardano is sluggish in this area and will have a difficult time. When it comes to proving its utility in Africa, Cardano isn't doing too well. On paper, the ambitious idea from 2017 does look great, but there hasn't been much preparation. An agreement was signed with Ethiopians, a former minister of education, to bring 5 million student records to the Cardano blockchain. However, practically all of these announcements concerning collaborations involving African nations are still far from being fully realized. As time goes on, an agreement without implementation adds no value to the project and actually makes things worse. The excitement around Cardano will eventually fade. It is pretty amazing that Cardano has encountered many favorable circumstances, but they do not continue to have a positive impact on Cardano's price and worth. A good example is the Alonso hard fork, which enabled smart contracts on the platform. However, in the case of Cardano, despite the implementation of its highly anticipated Alonso upgrade that brought smart contract features to its blockchain, the value of the assets saw a massive decline by close to 50%. Normally, when a crypto network sees an upgrade, its price tends to witness a positive reaction, as which was seen during the launch of Ethereum EIP 1559, when the value of the asset reeled above the 3,000 mark again. Cardano finished the last phase of its transition to make the network compatible with smart contracts on September 12, 2021. A new era for Cardano began with the Alonso hard fork. The improvement was well received by the neighborhood. There was no price increase, but there was still one issue. According to earlier reports, the deployment of the Cardano smart contract could result in a sell the news scenario. The fact that it took some time before decentralized applications were live on the network, since developers needed time to properly test and deploy their apps on Cardano, was a big factor in why ADA's price did not experience any discernible upward trend. Even though the Alonzo improvement represented a significant advancement for Cardano, its impact on pricing was lost earlier this year as well. Cardano ADA's price was seen to be marginally floating above the historical $1 threshold after the market sell-off drove it higher. One of the most severely affected cryptocurrency assets, Self token, fell below 94 cents. The Cardano network fulfilled some of its promises at the height of the outside-the-market massacre in the cryptocurrency market. The network welcomed Sunday Swap, but there were problems with the debut. The launch did not go well, as seen by the complaints regarding exchange activity that spread throughout the community. Users encountered sluggish transaction processing and were unable to finish transactions. A few of them complained that they had not received the Sunday tokens they had exchanged for ADAs. The Cardano IOG development team said that these trees were expected and had been caused by network congestion. Long waiting times for transaction completions resulted from this. Cardano's upgrades and projects have historically had issues, making it an unattractive choice for investors. The problem of Cardano's sluggish project rollout pace has also been raised. Charles Hoskinson, however, refuted this assertion by expressing his viewpoint on current events involving the disaster and Terra Luna. The algorithmic stablecoin USD was depegged from the US dollar as a result of the market collapse of his native token Luna. The repercussions have been disastrous and are being felt throughout the cryptocurrency community. Hoskinson asserted in an interview with CoinDesk that the incident demonstrated the value of devoting time to a project's development before making it available to users. Hoskinson claimed that if you move too quickly, as we have seen with Luna and with the $10.5 billion in hacks last year, you might actually be able to make it work until it doesn't, at which point it will be a catastrophic failure and everyone will lose their money. In this case, Cardano may be the opposite. Since the network's debut, it has been constantly being developed, but critics argue that this could take too long. Cardano, which came before us, was able to run on a decentralized proof-of-stake consensus. Additionally, the network didn't start supporting smart contracts until after a number of difficult combinatorial situations. In reaction to the criticism's assertion regarding the slow progress, he claimed that IoT was engaged in long arc gaming. He prefers to think about development in years as opposed to weeks or months. The people who will survive are those who are put to the test under pressure and show resiliency, as we frequently repeat. It is not first, it is best out of the gate. In that regard, Hoskinson acknowledged, compared to the rest of the crypto market, Cardano is developing more slowly, but he enjoys the strategy. The IoT CEO thinks that the industry is motivated to value speed over quality. He therefore projected that long-term projects will succeed over short-term ones by having a long-term vision and development. The Cardano Vessel hard fork has recently been delayed for the second time in the previous 2 months. The network's expansion depends heavily on this improvement, and Cardano developers are continuing to uphold their reputation by only distributing secure items. At the end of July, when the second delay was revealed, Charles Hoskinson created a video in which he discussed its causes and future expectations for the hard fork of the Vessel. Bugs discovered in developers' code have been one of the major issues that has continuously plagued the crypto sector. If they are put on notice, unscrupulous actors who have stolen millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency will abuse them on numerous sites. There are Cardano projects that have not had bugs, and the arduous procedure that developers go through before rollouts is to blame for this. The project's creator explains that in addition to fixing errors, they also need to go back and make sure they were corrected before rerunning the full testing pipeline, which will take time. But when will the hard fork truly occur is the query on everyone's mind. The Cardano network is working to convince everyone in the community that it is worthwhile to get investors' trust in the first place. What do you think about Cardano's performance over time, though? Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. As always, don't forget to give this video the proper thumbs up on YouTube. And if you want to be notified as soon as a new video on ADA news is uploaded, make sure to hit the subscribe notification button if you don't want to miss out on any vital future updates. We'll see you in the following video, but before then, you may check out our other movies to learn more about how ADA came to be.